Jack Wright is receiving a ton of backlash right now for dressing up as Jeffrey Dahmer.
Some very interesting information has come out about Jack Wright. Now, this bit of information was revealed during Tana and Brooke's canceled podcast tour, where they revealed the identity of someone that they talked about on their podcast during the Halloween episode. It's this episode right here. It's episode 59. And in it, Tana is talking about this really squeaky clean person that is in the industry. She said this person parties hard, does a lot of drugs, and just does not act like his public image. Later on, she goes on to say that publicly this person will dress up as one thing for Halloween, but in private will dress as Jeffrey Dahmer 3 years in a row. She also talked about how when they were playing Never Have I Ever, this person was like, never have I ever an animal. Like,
they would be like, never have I ever had thoughts about the person that I was in love with.
Whoa.
And then like it'd go all around again and it'd be like, never have I ever been cheated on. Never have I ever done mushrooms. Never have I ever graduated college. And then it would get back around to him and he'd go, never have I ever an animal.
Jeffrey Dahmer in the Halloween costume story. Do you want to say it? Jack Wright.
Hello and welcome to Influencer Police, a place where we expose the lies, the cheating, and the dirty ways of these filthy influencers.
Today's suspect, Tana Mojo, exposes Jack Wright for having a Jeffrey Dahmer fetish. I'm Chief Coconut, and today I am joined by Detective Doodleberry.
What up, Big D being a bitch. Big D being a bitch. Big DP.
Okay, so this is more of Detective Doodleberry's side of the internet, so she's gonna start us off with what's going on.
Okay, y'all, so let's get into it. So basically, on the canceled podcast a while ago, Tana and Brooke were like sharing this story about an influencer at a Halloween party, and
explain what the canceled podcast is, and like say Tana Mojo's full name and like Brooke's full name and all that.
Okay. So the canceled podcast is Tana Mojo's podcast with her co-host Brooke Schofield, however you say that shit. Anyway, so they basically just talk shit on their podcast and share stories and whatever, and it's a pretty big podcast. So on this podcast, like months ago, I'm not exactly sure when, but they filmed this episode and they were talking about this influencer during Halloween, and they weren't dropping names. But Tana basically was explaining on the podcast that apparently there's this one influencer who basically dresses up as something for Halloween to post. So he'll dress up as one thing for like posting material, and then apparently he'll go and change into a different costume to like go to the Halloween parties. And apparently for the last 3 years in a row, this person has dressed up as Jeffrey Dahmer for 3 years in a row and like goes and posts in like a different outfit. Okay, like this is sickening.
It's really weird.
So Tana and Brooke have been on a canceled podcast tour. And there's basically a segment of this tour where the fans get to like ask them questions. And I think the premise of the tour is to kind of say the things that they can't really say on YouTube, and the fans aren't really supposed to record them. It's supposed to be, you know, kind of just like low-key vibes where they can kind of say whatever they want. So the fans got to ask them questions, and one of the questions was about who was the influencer that they were talking about in that episode. And everybody wanted to know, like, who was the Jeffrey Dahmer, like, dress-up influencer. So they were asked who the Jeffrey Dahmer dress-up influencer was, and they ended up deciding that they were just going to say who the fuck it was. And they told us that it was Jack Wright. Yep. And if you're wondering who Jack Wright is...
I was.
He's a TikToker, and some of you may remember him from a few years ago where he basically exposed Sienna May, another TikToker, for allegedly essaying him. Mm-hmm. And this was a big deal at the time. There was
huge
YouTube apology videos, and All of his friends were coming after her too. He was saying that she allegedly had done the same thing to other boys in LA. It was a big crazy deal, and it pretty much ruined her whole career.
And that's when she came out with the dancing apology video. That's iconic.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
It was such an era, but
An
that was
era.
like a few years ago. He hasn't really been like big for anything else. Like there's never been
No.
another moment like that for him, and I'm not trying to get into how valid that whole situation was or not, but long story short, people, this Jack Wright kid apparently like wears some fucking costume for his Instagram and then changes into Jeffrey Dahmer to go out. 3 years in a row.
And he's posted him in this outfit on TikTok multiple times to the point where he's had to delete some of these because
He was getting hella backlash.
because it's like so inappropriate for the victims. And also, let's get into what he said, what Tana said he said during the games of the parties.
Of course. So, as this kid is dressed up as Jeffrey Dahmer at these parties, like, that's not weird enough.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, who just dresses like a literal murderer? Like, I get dressing up as, like, a Halloween movie, maybe.
I don't even get that.
But, like, a legitimate murderer. Okay, and the things that Jeffrey Dahmer did. Anyway, so, apparently at this party, they were allegedly playing Never Have I Ever in, like, this group. And if you don't know what that game is, I don't know how you wouldn't. So, if you've never heard of this game, Never Have I Ever, I don't know if you live under a rock, but the game is basically, like, you sit in a circle, and you go around the circle, and each person says something that they've never done, and then...
I lived under a rock.
Yeah, you live under a rock.
I didn't know.
That's fucking crazy. That is fucking crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Anyway, so you go around in the group and every person says something that they've never done. And then if anybody else in the circle has done something that the person says they haven't done, then you usually like take a shot if you're drinking. It's like usually a drinking game. So they're playing this game and everyone's going around the circle and saying things that they haven't done. And everyone's being really normal. Like just being like, oh, like never have I ever done like X, Y, and Z. Like
mushrooms
or whatever the fuck. Just like normal things that people usually say in this game. And apparently every time it would come around to him in the circle, according to Tana Mojo, he would say really creepy fucking things. Like he would say things like never have I ever thought about unaliving somebody that I'm dating, or like never have I ever unalived an animal. Like
that
really
one.
creepy, sinister things, while everyone else is like, never have I ever skinny dipped. Like, you know what I mean? So this was like shocking. So somebody filmed them talking about this on the tour. And on this tour, they're not really supposed to be recorded. Like I said, it's supposed to kind of just be like an anything goes tour. And I'm pretty sure people aren't supposed to be recording them. But of course, like people are going to sneak some shit. And so somebody got this clip of them saying it was Jack Wright. And this shit has been blowing the fuck up. Like, everybody has been talking about it on my timeline. I've seen this all over my For You page. But the weird thing is, y'all, I go to search this. Like, I search on TikTok, like, Jack Wright, Tana, Dahmer, you know? And nothing comes up. Like, none of these people talking about this shit is, like, popping up. I'm like, are y'all censoring this?
They're heavily censoring, I believe.
For what? It's, like, really weird.
They're trying to protect that weirdo.
And as somebody who was allegedly, like, an SA victim, to be dressing up as Jeffrey Dahmer multiple years in a row is really, really off and odd. Like, if y'all know about Jeffrey Dahmer and what he did to his victims, then this is really fucking weird.
Okay, I don't even know this kid that much, thank gosh. But just like kind of researching for this video, this guy, in my opinion, alleged is a big weirdo.
He is such a weirdo. You guys, this kid is constantly posting like videos of his feet on TikTok.
Yes!
He has so many just like videos of his feet on TikTok and like calling them dogs. And like
Ew.
a couple years ago, people used to joke on TikTok about like their feet being dogs, but it died off really quick. It was kind of just like this weird little trend for a second. But this kid took it to like the next fucking level, and he still posts about his feet constantly. It is really fucking weird.
So I was looking at his TikTok, and he has a recent video of him and his weird ass roommates taking a picture of all their feet together, like with separated toes, and then they framed it and put it in their like house.
It's giving Dan Schneider.
It's giving
Dan Schneider.
It's giving Jeffrey Dahmer.
That's what I'm It's giving weird shit.
No offense to the victims.
And so now that all of this weird shit is starting to pop off, people are now looking back to his claims on Sienna May, and they're starting to be like, this kid owes Sienna May an apology. But people are really pissed about people having that reaction. Like, people are fighting in the comments about this shit. They're like, Sienna May is still like... People are so pissed. Like, half the people are basically saying that we all owe Sienna May an apology. And then the other people are basically saying, like, this kid could have gotten essayed and still just be a weirdo.
Yeah. Anything is possible, but he 100% is a weirdo.
Weirdo. Absolute weirdo.
But... has he come out as...
no.
Has he not? His brother has.
His brother is bi, and he claims that he's straight, so...
No
in
offense,
my opinion,
I'm not giving
like,
that energy at all.
Me either, and in my opinion, his whole situation with Sienna May was really kind of sketchy. Like, these two were constantly posting the most coupled up TikToks I've ever seen, all over each other every fucking day. And then this kid is like trying to say that he like secretly didn't want anything to do with her and they were just friends. It's like, buddy, I think you led her on. Like, the things y'all were posting were really crazy, but okay.
I think two things can be true at once. Obviously, we don't know like what really went down.
100%.
Yeah, I think 100% he did lead her on, obviously.
Yes.
But the claims of her doing stuff to him while he was, like, sleeping, I mean, who knows?
For sure.
You know, that girl can be, who fucking knows, right?
True.
But all I'm saying is that I don't think he bats for that team.
Right?
At all.
I don't either.
And there's a video of him saying that he was someone's bottom. And I don't know if that's a joke or real, or, you know, every joke has a truth in it. But yeah, so I think it's incredibly disturbing beyond belief that he has this fetish. I don't even know if I can say that word, honestly.
I don't think you can. This kid is weird as fuck, and dressing up as Jeffrey Dahmer 3 years in a row, but knowing that you need to publicly be something else online and then going behind the scenes and doing that, like, you are twisted.
Multiple years in a row.
Like, you knew that you know what I mean? It's just weird.
Like, why even...
What's the thought process
why
there?
Why are you fronting, like, these other... And, like, also he knows he's getting shit for being this character online.
Because he's deleting it.
Yeah, so and then it's, like, to continue to wear this costume.
It's like you don't care. You want to be in that costume.
Yeah.
And it was one thing when the Jeffrey Dahmer Netflix show came out and people were like obsessed with Jeffrey Dahmer again for a second.
That's another creepy. I don't get it. Y'all.
That was like the first time he pulled out the costume, but just to know that like he's done it ever since is really weird.
It's really disturbing, and I see the resemblance.
Me too.
And that's what's even creepier.
He really freaks me out.
He freaks me out.
He's always freaked me out. I've never liked this kid.
He freaks me out hardcore just looking for 1 minute at his content.
Yeah, in my opinion, like, I've never liked this kid. He's always been really off to me since the beginning. Like, I thought he was like, but then apparently he was with Sienna May. And then he said that that girl essayed him, and I was just like, okay. And then next thing I knew, he was posting his feet every day. And apparently dressing up like Jeffrey Dahmer and saying he's really creep shit. So I'm just like, okay, and you are a freak.
He has some weird ass feet too. And all of his roommates, the picture I saw. So
ew, I don't even want to know. I literally hate feet. Like, that's so fucking gross to me and weird.
It's all very weird. Very weird.
Really
disturbing.
Really weird.
I feel like I need to like sage myself or go into a church and like pray after like.
I need a shot and a cigarette.
People are saying that he has crazy eyes, and I saw the
I
crazy
totally
eyes.
agree. Oh my god, I've
crazy
always
eyes.
thought that too. Like he has weird, crazy eyes.
He does.
For sure. It's almost like there's nothing behind them, but they're so big and crazy.
It's like something's behind them. It just looks like sinister.
Yeah, sinister. Like there's nothing behind
Like
them.
I wouldn't be surprised if like it would not surprise me. In fact, everyone watch out.
This is your formal warning. Watch the fuck out.
Allegedly, in our opinion.
It's all jokes here.
We're just
We're
joking.
kidding.
Yeah, we're not
We're
serious
kidding.
at all. We are just kidding.
JK hee.
Hee hee.
Anywho, is that it?
Is that all we have to say about that?
That's all we have to say about that. But you know what, guys? I have to say something like really random as fuck. And like maybe you guys don't even give a flying fajita about this. I don't give a fuck.
And say who you are, just in case.
This is Big DB, Detective Doodleberry bitch.
Mm-hmm.
And as y'all know, I've said before that I am a gay bitch. And I just need to let the public know that, you guys, I got played by a fucking straight girl. And it's literally Pride Month. Like, it's so homophobic and crazy out here. So watch your fucking backs, ladies and gays.
Mm-hmm.
We need to band together and watch out for these crazies. It is really crazy on these streets, you guys. Like, enjoy your Pride Month in peace, okay? Like, sending love to all my gays. I'm so sorry.
I'm sending love to all the gays too.
It is really tough out here as a gay, and I'm just like really during Pride Month, like I can't catch a break, you guys.
Maybe we should go to like a Pride event just to be around gays and like.
We need to.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I need that energy right now.
Before the month is over, yeah.
For sure.
Anyways, yeah, so that's that. We've got a Jeffrey Dahmer obsessed motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
And gays getting played. So watch out. Watch out, you guys. It is tough out here.
Yeah, it's not any easier for a straight. I'll tell you that. It's not easy for anyone.
It's really not. It's really tough out here, y'all. Like, just honestly, we all should just stay inside and like.
It's not
knit sweaters.
Because everyone of today is just super like narcissistic and only thinking about themselves.
For sure.
They have bad morals, bad intentions.
Y'all, I got myself into a really messy situation. I'm not gonna fucking lie. And it's really bad. So I will be inside from here on out. Like, Hot Girl Summer officially fucking canceled.
I'm always inside and I love it and I plan to stay that way.
I will now be inside.
Welcome.
Until next weekend. Just kidding.
You know, 2 weekends from now.
Yeah. Literally. Whatever.
I may step outside then.
Forget Hot Girl Summer.
kinda scared.
It's gonna be a hot gay summer.
That's right.
That's right.
Period. Okay, well, please subscribe to the channel. We'd really appreciate it. We are trying to get to 10K, y'all, and we're trying to make it out here. So please subscribe. It would really help us. And it really helps us if you like the video because that helps boost the algorithm. And it really helps us if you turn on that notification button so you never miss a video.
And let us know what you think about Jack Wright. Like, this is some crazy weird tea.
Mm-hmm. It is. It's
Are
crazy.
you shocked? Do you even know who he is? Are you creeped out? Let
I
a
really
bitch
didn't
know.
I only knew from that CNMA stuff. And I barely still knew that. But the dance video, y'all, don't forget.
Never forget.
Never forget. I'm scared. I'm scared. He creeps me out. That boy with those eyes. He's creeping me out. He has something behind those eyes.
Okay, if you guys could see my fucking face.
That boy, he scares me.
Okay.
He scares me. That boy with those eyes. The crazy, crazy eyes.
Alright, homegirl.
You're not gonna...
Let's wrap it up.
Sing it.
I don't know
Sing.
what the hell you're singing.
Just sing anything, dude.
Thriller, thriller night.
Those boys with the eyes, he creeps me out deep inside.
This is a
boy.
thriller, ooh, diamond night.
He thinks that he is Dahmer and he
Posts his feet
online.
online.
Oh.
Alright, I'm out of here.
Subscribe.